So children, in this video we shall study about Rutherford's model of an atom. So here the full name of Rutherford is Ernest Rutherford. Okay. So Ernest Rutherford was very much interested in knowing how the electron are arranged within an atom. So I was very much interested to know how the electrons were arranged in an atom. So Rutherford designed an experiment for this, to observe how electrons are arranged within an atom. So in this experiment, the fast moving alpha particles were made to fall on a thin gold foil. So here the alpha particles, which was the fast moving in this experiment, were allowed to fall on a gold foil. So since we know that gold is a good metal, so gold is a very good metal, so it has a very good property of ductility, so it is turned to a foil. Okay, so what it does is, in the first thing, so it took a gold foil because you wanted a thin layer. Okay, and this gold foil was about 1000 atoms thick. So the thickness of this gold foil was approx 1000 atoms thickness. Okay, so next is the alpha particles. The alpha particles are doubly charged helium ions. So these were double charged helium ions, since they have a mass of 4 units. So we know that helium is made up of 4 units, right? So it is a fast moving alpha particles which is which is having a considerable amount of energy. Okay, so next thing is, it was expected that alpha particles would be deflected. So he expected that alpha particles is going to deflect. Okay, by which? By subatomic particles. We know that atoms are made up of subatomic particles. So he expected that alpha particles would be deflected by this subatomic particles in the gold atoms, since the alpha particles were much heavier. So here alpha particles are very much heavier than the protons. So I did not expect to see large amount of deflection. Okay. So here you can see in the figure 4.2 scattering of alpha particles by a gold foil. So if these are the atoms in the gold foil, like this, I am doing a atom structure in a gold foil. So if this is a structure of atoms that is arranged in a gold foil, so here how the scattering of alpha particles takes place. So it might occur like this also. Okay, sometimes it will deflect like this. Okay, sometimes at one atom it deflects like this, or it may scatter straight. Okay, so these round like thing are said to be gold atoms. Okay, and this scattering of rays, you can see this is a alpha particles. Okay, so these are said to be alpha particles. So alpha particles scattering in an experiment, so it gave a totally unexpected results. Why? Because the following observations were made. That was, most of the fast moving alpha particles passed in a straight through the gold foil. So here you can see most of the alpha particles are moving in a straight path, isn't it? It is moving in a straight path in the gold foil. So some of the alpha particles were deflected by the foil in a small angles. Here you can see few alpha particles are deflected in a small angles. Okay, only few alpha particles are deflected in a small angles. Surprisingly, 1 out of every 12,000 particles appear to be rebound. So one out of, so if you say 12,000 particles, so only one among that was rebounded, that means deflected. So in the other words of Rutherford, so this result was almost an incredible, as if you fire a 15-inch shell at a piece of tissue paper and it come back and hits you. It's just like that. Okay, so about Rutherford, if we study, he born in the year 1871 and died in the year 1937. Okay, so he was born at a spring grove on 30th August in the year 1871. He was known as a father of nuclear physics. So you may get a question, who is a father of nuclear physics? So it is none other than Ernest Rutherford. Okay, so he was a father of nuclear physics. He is famous for his work on radioactivity. So he also conducted few experiments on radioactivity and the discovery of the nucleus of an atom with a gold foil experiment. So this is the gold foil experiment. Okay, and he conducted this gold foil experiment. He got the Nobel Prize in chemistry in the year 1908. So he was also a Nobel Prize winner. Okay, so he got Nobel Prize for his experiments, okay, in chemistry. So this was about Rutherford. So children, now we shall understand an activity in an open field to understand the implication of this experiment. So just now we saw about the gold foil, how the alpha particles scatter in gold foil. So this experiment has an implication. Okay, so let a child stand in front of a wall with his eyes closed. Okay, let him throw stones at the wall from a distance. So he will hear a sound when each stone strikes the wall. So if he repeats this 10 times, he will hear the sound 10 times, isn't it? But if a blindfolded child were to throw stones at a barbed wire fence, okay, so instead of wall, if he is allowed to throw a stone at a barbed wire fence, so most of the stones would not hit the fence and no sound would be heard, right? So this is because there are lots of gaps in the fence, so which allow the stone to pass through them. So following a similar reasoning, Rutherford concluded from the alpha particle scattering experiment also, that is most of the space inside the atom is empty. So most of the space inside the atom was empty because most of the alpha particles were passed through the gold foil without getting deflected. So without any deflection, so if this is an atom without any deflection, so what happens? Alpha particle were passed. Okay, so and very few particles were deflected from their path. So only few particles were deflected, so indicating that positive charge of an atom occupies very little space. So if it is positively charged particles, it occupies only few space. Okay, a very small fraction of alpha particles were deflected by 180 degree. So only few particles were deflected by 180 degree, indicating that all positive charge and mass of the gold atom were concentrated in a very small volume within an atom. So from this data, he also calculated that the radius of the nucleus is about 10 to the power 5 times less than the radius of an atom. Okay, on basis of his experiment, Rutherford put forward the nuclear model of an atom which had a following features. So he proposed a nuclear model. So there is positively charged center in an atom called the nucleus. So if this is an atom, so there is a nucleus at the center of an atom which is positively charged. So nearly all the masses of an atom resides in the nucleus. The electrons revolve around the nucleus in a circular path. So the electrons revolve around the nucleus in a circular path. Okay, the size of nucleus is very small as compared to the size of atom. So the nucleus is very small compared to an atom, size of an atom. So what are the drawbacks? So what are the limitations? What are the limitations of this Rutherford's experiment? So the revolution of an electron in a circular orbit is not expected to be stable. So the revolution of an electron, so the movement of electron, the revolution path of an electron in a circular orbit is not expected to be stable. So it is not expected to be stable, in the sense it can be unstable also. Okay, so that was one of the drawback. Any particle in a circular orbit would undergo acceleration. Okay, so during this acceleration the charged particles would radiate energy. So if there is more acceleration, what happens? There would be radiating the energy. So thus the revolving electron would lose energy and finally fall into the nucleus. So if there is a acceleration, more amount of acceleration and revolution of electron, this would lead to the loss of energy and finally it may fall into the nucleus. Okay, the electrons would fall into the nucleus. If this were so, the atom should be highly unstable. So the atom has to be highly unstable, and hence matter would not exist in the form that we know. So we know that atoms are quite stable, isn't it? So atoms are very stable. Okay, it is unstable. It is always it is known that it is a stable. Okay, so these are the drawbacks of Rutherford's experiment. So in upcoming video we shall study about Bohr's model of an atom. So worksheet will be sent, children. Do solve it and have a good day.